I'm Amy, thank you for tuning in. This is my November wrap-up video and it'll be pretty light on the books because I didn't actually read that much in November. In fact, I think over the whole year this might be the month that I've read the least. I think the reason for that is that I've been really busy writing. I'm very close to finishing Mina and the Cult, and some of my heaviest edits have taken place during this month, so it's starting to read like the book I want it to be, but it's also taken up a lot of my time. I'm not somebody who stops reading when I'm writing. I know some people find that it distracts them, but for me I just find that it's a time thing, that I'm literally dedicating all of my time into getting this book finished on time, because by about the end of January it's going to need to go to print, and that's pretty soon. Another reason that I was really busy was I was at YALC. So I've been to every YALC as an attendee, and I've done the past couple as an author in person, and then I did a couple of virtual ones during COVID, and it's just been absolutely amazing to go as an author. I always love YALC. It's great to catch up with people who read, talk about books, also with fellow authors, and this year I got to chair two panels, the Crazy Stupid Love romance panel, and then a panel about writing the paranormal, and I also got to do a small workshop which was based around going from YALC attendee to YALC author and just sharing my experiences of how YALC has helped me on my journey, because I don't know if I've mentioned this on here before, but I did meet my agent and my publisher at YALC, so YALC has been really important in my publication journey. So now to the books. I'm currently reading 2 books, and then I only managed to complete I think 3 books this month. And I also listened to something which is book peripheral, so I'm going to talk to you about that, although it's not technically a book. So first up, what I'm currently reading, I'm reading Christmas and Other Horrors, edited by Ellen Datlow. I've only read the first couple of stories in this, but I picked it up because I've been getting into adult horror more and more lately, and this book features some of the horror authors that I've really enjoyed, like Christopher Golden, Alma Katsu, Stephen Graham Jones, but it also features a lot of authors I've heard of and some I haven't, but that I haven't read, so I feel like it'll be a good way to kind of test the water of lots of different horror writing. I've really enjoyed the stories I've read. Alma Katsu's I really enjoyed, and Christopher Golden's fun as well. So I'm hoping to read a little bit of this each day over December and see if I can get it read by Christmas. I'm also reading this, which as soon as I started it, I felt like it was going to be one of my books of the year. The voice was immediately arresting, the characters were amazing, and the setting and the premise, all of it just felt really fresh and interesting to me. And it's The Gathering by CJ Tudor. She's one of my favourite horror authors. I love everything she's written, and the fact that she's done a vampire book is just brilliant. So I won't say any more because I will review this properly when I do my December wrap up, because I'm sure I'm going to finish this soon. But this has been a really great start. And then the very small pile of books I actually read. So the YA Book Club read Anna Dressed in Blood, I think was it in September or October? All the months are blending together at this point. Anyway, a couple of months ago we read Anna Dressed in Blood, and this is the sequel in the duology Girl of Nightmares. I really enjoyed rereading Anna, so I thought I would give this one a go. This one kind of goes a little bit more into the fantastical, which I found really interesting. It's still got the very heavy doses of horror that you get in the first book, but this one, without giving too much away, kind of ventures into this fantasy world as well, and this world of nightmares and monsters. It's really good. If you haven't come across these books, it's about a boy called Cass who's a ghost hunter, and he ends up connecting with a ghost called Anna Dressed in Blood. He goes to kill her, but things end up turning out very different. Really recommend these as great YA horror titles. Next up, I picked up Bad Dolls, I think at Comic-Con at the Forbidden Planet store, because it was signed. I've been meaning to read some Rachel Harrison books for a while, and this one, a short feminist horror, there's kind of, yeah, they're short stories, but I'd say that some of them are on the longer side for short stories, but not quite as long as novellas. I really love Rachel Harrison's writing style. I think that, you know, some people, you can tell that they're very modern, and her writing just feels very current, like it's a real person living in the real world. All the main characters are women, and it's women in sort of different situations in their lives. One goes to a bachelorette party, one finds it difficult to make decisions, and she ends up finding an innovative solution to that. I thought these stories were really fun, really well written, touched on some difficult subjects, but also had a lot of humour and warmth to them. So I thought this was great. I'm definitely going to read more Rachel Harrison books in the future after that. I also read a book which I can't lay my hands on right now because my books are in a complete chaos, But for the YA Book Club pick for November, we read Big Bad Me. I've already read it over a year ago because I read a really early proof copy of it. So I reread to refresh my memory, and I just love Ashlyn's writing. I love her characters. If you're a big Buffy fan, it's just the perfect book because there's such witty banter and dialogue between characters. There's found family and then characters who are actual family. It's just a lot of fun. It's got werewolves, vampires, it uses vampire mythology in a really clever, fun way, and it has a nice, fast-paced, twisty plot. So it's just everything I'm looking for in a YA book. I really loved it. And I thought I'd round off by mentioning something that isn't a book, but there's something that I really enjoyed, so I wanted to mention it here. I listened to the new Slayers series on Audible, which, in case you don't know, is set in an alternate universe Buffyverse, and it features a lot of the cast. I won't mention who in case you don't know, because I found it quite nice going into it and not knowing who was in it. I knew a couple of the obvious ones from the promo, but it was a really pleasant surprise at some of the characters who came back for this. So because it's all you, it's kind of a totally different slant on the Buffyverse. Again, I won't say too much because spoilers, but I thought the story was really good. It felt like something that fit with Buffy. All the character writing and everything felt really consistent with the Buffyverse, and I thought the cast were absolutely amazing. No matter what they've been acting out, I would have tuned in just to hear them back together again. But I thought they were fantastic. They all got back into their characters really well. And because it was all you, some of them weren't quite the characters that we know, but they were a different version of them. And I just thought it was great. I highly recommend it. So although I didn't read that much this month, I would really recommend Slayers, and I'd recommend all the things I read and that I'm currently reading, because although there weren't many of them, they were really good books. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything that you think I would like to read, anything that I've read that you have any thoughts on. I hope that you have a wonderful Christmas and festive season if you celebrate. And if not, I hope you can have plenty of cosy reading time over the cold weather. So thank you so much for watching. As always, likes and subscribes are really appreciated, and I'll see you in the next video.